I started teaching dyslexics to read as a special education teacher starting in 1989. I noticed that some of my students were incredibly artistic, incredibly creative, but couldn't read their textbook. And I was fascinated by this, and I spent the rest of my career figuring out how to teach these kids to read. I found it to be incredibly rewarding when I was able to explain why these smart kids struggled. The fact that they are right brain dominant, and that brings many wonderful skills like creativity, outside of the box thinking, problem solving, and yet struggled with reading. I was able to explain that the brain was never meant to read, and I credit that to Dr. Sally Shaywitz's wonderful book, Overcoming Dyslexia. So the brain was never meant to read, and dyslexics try to read with the right hemisphere, the right side of the brain, rather than the left. The good news is that dyslexic kids and adults can be taught to read. So our lessons are based on the principles of Orton Gillingham. They involve phonemic awareness, phonics, fluent decoding, vocabulary, and comprehension. We emphasize frequent training. By frequent training, we mean 20 to 30 minutes, 6 to 7 days a week. The reason why this is so effective is we are developing new neural pathways to the reading centers on the left side of the brain. And it's kind of like training for a marathon. When you train for a marathon, you don't run 1 or 2 times a week for 2 hours. You run frequently. Well, the same thing with reading. It's that frequent training that wires the reading centers on the left side of the brain. So parents need to tell their smart kids who struggle with reading that they've got a great brain, and that with hard work, perseverance, they can become good readers. We motivate our students by using growth mindset messages. So we focus on effort. We compliment and praise hard work and perseverance, and de-emphasize whether a particular lesson is mastered or not. It's the idea that effort and perseverance is going to lead to success.